Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
And Big Boy Summer here, and we're bringing you a spotlight on Yulia from the anime Maruku-chan.
So Yulia is a character I said that I didn't really like and I didn't really see a point in. But the more I actually think about Yulia, the more I feel like I severely misjudged her when we did our Hot or Not. Yulia, I'm guessing, is the person who actually sent the picture to the grandmother. I can't remember what her name is. She was the psychic character, and she got a letter right at the end of the last episode showing the psychic energy that was behind Miko and Hana.
Yes. So for me, I liked Yulia's character. I thought she brought a different dimension to the whole anime because at the end of the day, you could tell she was just a kid in a situation where she has a little bit of knowledge, but not all the knowledge. And obviously, when you're a kid, you don't know why there's certain information you're not allowed to know and stuff like that. And bringing that aspect into it and watching the sort of maternal feel from Miko in their relationship was actually kind of nice, and it brought a whole different dynamic to it. So her being an integral part of that exploration, I thought was really good for the anime, pushing it forward and keeping it light, because oh my god, that anime was dark at times.
I get what you're saying with what you've said about her character, but I also got something different from it as well, which is the way that she was acting, sort of almost making Miko her rival and dragging Hana into these situations she had no business being in, is due to the fact that Yulia has no understanding of interpersonal relationships. She has been able to see ghosts since she was younger, and obviously when younger kids can see things, they're going to tell others. And we did see a very small clip where she was telling other people about the fact that she can see these other things, and they were just not very receptive, which is very obvious. And we also saw her eating in the bathroom. So Yulia has definitely grown up completely isolated from others, unable to tell anyone about her abilities, and even if she does, she's not going to be believed. She's going to be seen as weird. She's going to be seen as an outsider.
I definitely agree with what you're saying, because at the end of the day, if you've been ostracized your whole life, if you've never had a friend really, and then someone comes along who's just like you, she's not even older, they're in the same class, it's just next door, innit? But taller than you, I guess, and you look up to them, you kind of either want to make him your rival because you really want to be their friend sort of thing, but you have no idea what to do. So yeah, I get that aspect as well. I mean, her character was really shocking because like it was a big opposite to the way Miko went, because she saw monsters, she stayed. Miko saw monsters and she wants to run away. Like, so having that sort of duality there as well kind of brought home the whole anime in general. Like, she was a very integral part of the show. And when you were saying in our video about it how you didn't like it, I was thinking, how could you not? She was really cute and she was really like trying. I know she made mistakes and she did really stupid things, but she's a kid, you know what I mean?
I don't look at her like, oh, she's a kid. I think you're thinking that because she's so short.
Yes.
And then she's got the cute pigtails, which just makes you want to protect that person. But she's the same age as Miko. I just think that the only difference is how they have been raised. Yulia trying to make Miko admit to seeing ghosts is probably because she has a strong need to identify with someone that's similar to her. And also, if you can see spirits and things like that and nobody else can, I imagine that she must have started thinking at least once or twice that maybe it's in my head, maybe I'm actually crazy.
Yeah.
So to actually find someone that can see the same things as you, she must have such a strong need to get that person to admit it, so that it also relaxes you, so you know, okay, this really wasn't in my head. I really can see these things. It really is real. Because I feel like if I could see ghosts my whole life, I would be thinking, okay, I need to call a psychiatrist stat because it must be in my head. That's the natural thought, that it's got to be in your head if you're seeing something like that.
No, I agree with that as well. And then also, the one thing about Yulia that I didn't understand, so maybe you can shed some light here. You see a girl who can see ghosts like you bring her to a quiet place to show her some little ghosts. Turns out there's a big ghost, but you can't see that, so that's not an issue. But this girl who you're trying to make a connection with then puts you in the sleeper hold and sends you to the nurse's office. Then you go back. Why do you go back?
In all honesty, these two people are the closest she's ever had to a friend. We don't know what her life is like because we didn't see like her parents' interactions the way that we did with Miko.
Yeah.
So we really don't know what kind of situation she's in, but I'm guessing if she's told people at school that she could see ghosts, then she's told her parents. And I'm sure they wouldn't have been happy about that, especially with her persisting and just not letting it go. But I really can't answer that without knowing more about her background and what she's sort of been through. I do feel like she's going to be very integral to a potential season 2 with bringing in this other psychic person and also helping Miko with these two spiritual entities that seem to be now hostile towards her. I think that she's going to be very integral in that. I want to know whether she can actually grow because, like you said, she cannot see the bigger monsters.
Yeah.
Is it because her spiritual energy is too low so that she can't see the higher levels of beings? Or is it something else? Because Yulia could see them from when she was born, but Miko just suddenly started to be able to see them.
Maybe she's a Shimigami and this is basically Bleach beforehand. I don't know. But it's very interesting that they brought this kind of character into the anime in the first place. Because she didn't have to be a spirit medium as well. She could have been like Hannah, oblivious to everything, but some other situation brought them into the trio. But this way, I thought was really interesting. And the fact that she couldn't see the quote-unquote light beings and could only see the little dark beings. So you're probably right about the whole she's going to grow with spiritual pressure and see what Miko sees.
Well, I'm not saying that that's going to happen. I'm just saying that it would be interesting to find out whether she can actually grow. Maybe if the other woman had actually taken her seriously, then she would have been able to teach her some things. Because although that woman could also see things as well, we don't know actually how strongly she can see them. And she was also very shocked that her prayer beads got broken by the spiritual being, so she probably hasn't come into contact with that many extremely strong ones. So it would be interesting to see if that lady would have an impact on Yulia and her growth, if she could actually help her in some way.
What would be nice to see as well if we do get season 2 is Yulia actually teaching Miko some things, because Yulia knows more. Throughout the whole anime, we knew that Yulia knew more about this world than Miko did. And because of Miko's hard stance on ignoring stuff, the barrier couldn't get crossed with the communication. So hopefully they can communicate more, and then we as the audience can learn more about the lore behind it. Because I guess the one thing that this anime did well was keep me interested by not telling me enough. You know what I mean? So eventually, hopefully Yulia can be the teacher instead of looking up to Miko.
I actually don't think that Yulia knows more about the world. She's going to have been extremely self-taught, and she's going to have very limited resources to her. So I think she's actually in the same situation as Miko, except with Miko, she's just trying to figure out how she can get rid of them, whereas Yulia would have tried more to research things. But as we saw in the anime, some things work and some things don't. And I think that's why Yulia wanted to have a mentor so badly, and that's why she was seeking out that psychic. She said she wanted to be her apprentice.
Yep.
So obviously, I don't think she actually does know all that much. She's just doing what she can with the information she has, and she was hoping to get a teacher who bailed on her.
And on that note,
thank you so much for watching this far.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Leave a comment down below. Peace.